Let me tell you something about Bruno from the pit crew. Ooh, every time I see that man, pull up a picture of Bruno. Ooh, I will do nasty things to that man. That's a good man, Savannah. That's a good man. Ooh. Every time I see Bruno walk out with them thick ass thighs and that tiny little underwear, makes me feel all tingly in my special places.
Ooh, Bruno! Bruno!
What's good, Drag Race fans? I'm Nubian Flex, and this is Nubian's RuCap for RuPaul's Drag Race Season 15, Episode 1. One night only. Now play my song, bitch!
So come give me love.
We are in the workroom and it's time for the Queen's entrance looks and hopefully some funny catchphrases. If you'd like to hear my comments on the entrance looks, click that link in my bio, go to my YouTube at The Nubian Flex, and watch Nubian's fashion review. Now the first person to enter the workroom is Irene Dubois, and she says, "Smells like someone's wearing cheap perfume. Oh wait, it's me." Not the funniest queen, but her look makes up for it. We'll get into that later. Next we have Luxe Noir London, and she says,
Gag them a bit, for sure.
"The only thing I'm gagging on is Irene coming for her hair." Luxe Noir London says she is wearing 40 inches of human hair, and Irene is like, "No you ain't, bitch." But Luxe Noir doubles down on what she says.
It definitely is 40 inches, human.
In my mind, I'm like, who gives a fuck? It's nice to look at, but most of the people watching can't tell the difference. 40 inches will not help you win Drag Race. A bald bitch will come into the workroom and snatch the crown, and you will be going home with your 40 inches, girl. A needless expense, but whatever helps you feel the fantasy. Next we have Aura Mayari, and she says, "Do you feel the aura? I bet you do." Now this little queen is cute out of drag. Definitely a snack. Not a meal, but a snack. Next we have Marsha, and she says, "Ow, my nose." Doing a bit from the Brady Bunch when Marsha was hit in the face with a football. It was cute. She was cute. Next we have Anitra, and she says, "What? I actually live for an effective one-word entrance." When one of the queens asked her, "How's your head?" and she said, "Disgusting," I immediately was charmed by her. Anitra has an honesty about her. She just seems naturally confident. My favorite so far. Next we have Malaysia Baby Doll Fox, and she says, "I'm just here to fuck shit up." Now this is when I started to realize that MTV was bleeping out all of the curse words. I don't think Drag Race was ever censored before, and I gotta tell you, I don't like it. I want to hear raw, unedited drag queen banter, and it don't hit the same when they bleep out all the cuss words. But I guess it's okay since Drag Race is reaching a bigger audience and some people already demonize us and make us out to be filthy heathens. And I am.
But it's okay, because I don't plan on walking no fucking children in nature.
Now back to Malaysia. Malaysia is a Florida girl from the 305 where it's all the way live. And I also see her as being one of my favorites. Next we have Princess Poppy, and she says, "I'm homophobic." I don't know if I get the joke. Maybe because I know that there are gay men who have internalized homophobia. I did wear a tank top to DragCon that said "Mask for Mask." Maybe the joke is something like that. Next we have Sasha Colby, and she says, "Period." Another effective one-word entrance. Her entrance line is befitting though, because Sasha Colby needs no introduction. To those of us who have been following pageantry and drag from the beginning, we know who you are, girl. A former Miss Continental, and she is that girl. Next we have Ornacia from season 6, who is actually Ariana Grande in disguise. Ariana Grande says mother has arrived. Mother with an ER, not a U. It's mother.
Not mother.
She better put that U at the end. It's always amazing to see big celebrities show up on Drag Race who appreciate queer culture and who understand how much work it is to do drag. And they have a genuine appreciation for it. I love seeing that. It makes you feel validated and seen, and that what you're doing is important. That our queer presence is important. RuPaul walks into the workroom and lets the queens know that they will be competing for $200,000. It was $100,000, but obviously the budget has gone up and so has the expectations. RuPaul announces that for the first mini challenge, the queens will recreate and pay tribute to the very first photo shoot on Drag Race. This was the challenge where the queens were getting sprayed in the face with a garden hose and the pit crew was black. It's time for the photo shoot, and the first one up is Irene Dubois. The pit crew assumes the position and starts washing the car.
Then they start spraying Irene with their big, thick hoses.
Now the only thick hose I need is Bruno's. He ain't even gotta spray me with no water. I can get wet just sitting between those thick manly thighs.
Bruno!
This whole challenge is messy. There is nothing worse than wet drag. The padding starts soaking up water and then it gets all droopy. The wig gets flat, exposing all of those manly proportions on your face. Your makeup powder smudges. And then you got Bruno behind you putting his dick in your face. And now you got to worry about your tuck popping loose. A mess, honey. The queens are drying off and getting out of drag back in the workroom. And it seems like the trade of the season is Aura Mayari. I agree. In comparison to those queens, he is. But those who know, that is not the definition of trade. But we gonna let you have this one. The queens also address the shade between Irene and Luxe Noir London. I know that every queen is different, but I kind of agree with Irene. You have to understand before you start working with drag queens that shade throwing is part of the culture. Now, you don't have to participate. You can definitely let them know that you have boundaries, but you also got to have some thick skin. RuPaul enters the workroom and announces that the winner of the mini challenge is Irene Dubois. She also tells them that the maxi challenge will be a talent showcase, and the queens are responsible for choreographing a group number. The queens get started, and it seems Marsha, Aura Mayari, and Sasha Colby are the three experienced choreographers. Sasha takes a step back, but it seems like there's a power struggle between Marsha and Aura. Or is it Aura? I feel like I've been fucking up her name this whole time. I never understand why this bickering happens on Drag Race when they have to choreograph something. Just choose one person to choreograph. Put your ego aside and let someone else take the lead. It's not that serious. Y'all still get judged individually regardless. Aura seems to be the most aggressive with her leadership than Marsha, and it's really annoying to watch. She's already starting to rub me the wrong way because she's just coming off a little too arrogant. And I just need her to dial it back just a notch. All this back and forth with this choreography, and I'm over it. At this point, I would have been happy with the simple 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and boom cat pow, kickball change, kickball change, kickball change, and we are done. Boom. While the queens continue rehearsing, it's time for the second round of queens to enter the workroom. Oh yes, there's more. That was only 8 queens. We still have 8 more queens to enter the workroom. This is a big season. The next queen to enter the workroom is Selena Estitis. And she says, is this the meeting for the itty bitty ass titty committee? Cause they're here. You like these titties? Now this bitch is loud. Why is she always yelling? I hope it's not that every episode, because if it is, I'm gonna get tired of her real quick. Next we have Amethyst, and she says, is this thing on? She's popular on TikTok, quite a few TikTok queens this season. The future of drag is on TikTok. Get with it. Next we have Lucy LaDuca, and she says, "Oh Lucy, you got some slaying to do. Ow." Another Connecticut girl. Now this is the construction worker with the big man hands.
Ain't nothing wrong with some big man hands touching all over my body.
Next we have Mistress Isabel Brooks. Now Mistress comes in talking about being fat, talking about the camera adding on 10 pounds, like the fat girls do. Mistress is coming in guns blazing though. She's got spunk, she's got attitude, and she is letting the girls have it. Especially Miss Selena S. Titties with that outfit on. We're going to get into that later. Next we have Robin Fierce, and she says, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fiercest of them all? It's me." Okay, Mother Goose. Calling yourself fierce isn't fierce. Letting other people call you fierce after you've showed up and showed out is fierce. But Miss Robin is beautiful. And apparently Robin and Amethyst done fucked before. Next we have Sugar and Spice, and they come in doing a little twin bit saying,
I'm Sugar and I'm Spice, and we're the dolls that came to life.
It's a little cringy watching them. And I think it's because when you look at them and they're doing this bit, you feel like you're not getting a real person. And it makes you put on the stank face real easily when you watch them. Just the fuck? Just this annoying bimbo act, but physically, you can't deny that they are cute. Next we have Ornacia again, except this time it's actually vivacious. RuPaul walks into the workroom and lets the second round of queens know that they will be competing for $200,000. RuPaul then announces that the queens will be going back in time to one of the old photo shoots from Drag Race Season 2. This was the challenge where the queens had to pose on top of a cannon with a giant fan blowing wind in their face. Now sexy ass Bruno is back for this mini challenge, and if it was me, I'd be riding Bruno and not that damn motorcycle. First up is Selena S. Titties. Now they say that this challenge is actually harder, but I think being wet in drag is harder.
Wet and hard? Oh my god. Stop it already.
Speaking of wet and hard,
Bruno!
Whew. I just had to get that out one more time. Okay, back to the challenge. Now that I think about it, the wind challenge may actually be harder than the wet challenge. I can imagine the wind in my face and my contacts drying out, those damn feathers when I got on some sticky lipstick. I don't want nothing sticking to my lips except Bruno's dick and ass. I said I was gonna stop. Let me stop harassing this man. The queens are back in the workroom and Mistress is telling the girls how she really feels about the twins. I get that your respect for the twins may not be there at first because you need to see what they can do and you come from the old way of drag. But you gotta lighten up, mama. It's drag. When it's all said and done, you can't take drag too seriously because most people don't want to see an uptight, serious drag queen. If you see another drag queen needs help with something, you can help them out, but you don't have to invalidate their drag in the process. It takes so much courage to do drag, and that alone deserves respect. So we're back at the rehearsal and RuPaul unites the 8 queens with the other 8 queens. This is a lot of queens. Now the queens have to choreograph an open number with 16 queens. It's a sea of twinks and a few thick girls, and someone got to go home. I'm starting to feel bad for the twins at this point because it seems like they are annoying everyone. And the twins aren't mean. You can tell that they genuinely want to find friendship in the drag community, and I feel that. It's elimination day and the queens are getting ready for the main stage. Sugar and Spice are struggling to get ready on time. Now, drag queen get ready time is a challenge. You have to put on a lot of makeup and a lot of layers. But Jinx said something very true on the pit stop. She said if you give a drag queen all day to get ready, that drag queen is going to take all day. But if you give a drag queen 45 minutes to get ready, that drag queen is going to take every last minute down to the second. Trust me, I know. It's the nature of the beast. The queens perform their opening number and it's very Miss America. I think it's just mesmerizing to see that many drag queens on stage at the same time. It's just like all this glitz and sparkle and glamour. Now it's time for their individual talent show, and the first one to perform is Malaysia Baby Doll Fox. So most of the girls are lip syncing to their own original songs, and there's just too many girls for me to go through each performance one by one. So we're just gonna fast forward to the tops and the bottoms. And if you'd like to hear my commentary on the runway looks, click that link in my bio, go to my YouTube at The Nubian Flex, and check out Nubian's fashion review. So in the top, we have Anitra, Jax, and Marsha. In the bottom are Amethyst, Irene Dubois, and Lucy LaDuca. I agree with everything the judges said. Anitra was amazing. I could watch her performance on repeat. As a matter of fact, I did. I had to see it again. And Jax was flipping all over the place like we knew she would. I just hope with Jax, it's not a one note with this acrobatic shit. Because I want to know that you have a personality. And I still haven't seen much of a personality yet, but it's still the first episode, so we got time. But I do like Jax. She's an amazing performer. Marsha got red on her makeup being basic, but the personality is there. The dance skills are there. You can tell that she's a trained dancer. The comedic chops are there. You can tell that she likes to be a little ridiculous. I actually am very, very curious to see more from Marsha. Now the bottom queens. Irene. I think that was the worst talent show in Drag Race history. I definitely had secondhand embarrassment. She made a glass of cold ice water and it went nowhere because she didn't factor in the time. Amethyst comes out on stage wearing jeans and tennis shoes. Mark my words, as long as RuPaul is alive, it will never be okay to wear jeans and tennis shoes on the main stage of Drag Race. Amethyst could have done the same bit as a housewife in heels, not coming out looking like a damn tourist. Lucy LaDuca decided to sing live, and that is very hard to do in drag. Drag is restricting. If you're going to sing live, why not choose a ballad and do an amazing vocal? Everyone can't dance and sing like Todrick Hall or Beyonce. The queens head back to the workroom while the judges deliberate. The safe queens are talking before the other queens enter the room. Now that they have an idea of what they're all capable of, it seems like the level of respect has grown. Ain't it funny how people doubt you till they see what you can do? Especially the twins, they surprised everybody. They definitely have a stage presence and they seem very comfortable on stage. Lux Noir brings up the stigma about popular social media drag queens, that they sometimes feel invalidated by other drag queens because most of their drag are posted on social media. Lux brings up an excellent point that I absolutely agree with. Social media is your resume. These are the times that we live in. One of the first things people go to are TikTok or your Instagram. But I also agree with what Malaysia said. You have to be able to do both. What you do on social media has to translate with a live audience. Can you perform, engage with the crowd, captivate a room in person? But for a younger queen who can't get into clubs and bars because you have to be 18 or 21, social media is all you have. So y'all go ahead, we're not talking about y'all. The queens share a heartfelt moment with Ariana Grande, and then it's back to the main stage for RuPaul's decision. The two queens in the bottom are Irene Dubois and Amethyst. Lucy LaDuca is safe, and Irene Dubois and Amethyst lip sync to 7 Rings by Ariana Grande. Irene has the face and the moves, but Amethyst has the moves and the personality. It was such a close lip sync, but the queen chosen to go home was Irene Dubois. It was a shame because I really did want to see more of her looks. She paints so pretty. Everything is so polished. But I do think Amethyst will be more entertaining to watch. Just based on what I saw in this episode, my fan favorite is Anitra. And my prediction for the win is Anitra. And this is way too early to be sure, but every week I plan on giving my prediction for the win and my fan favorite. Anitra just has a cool confidence about her. She just seems to be so comfortable on stage and she's very honest. I like that about her. I see like a good balance of confidence and modesty in her. 15 queens left, but only one winner. Who will be crowned America's next drag superstar? Watch it unfold on MTV Friday nights at 8 p.m. And join me as I break down each episode in 2 parts. First, I RuCap the challenges and elimination, and then I review the runway looks. So make sure that notification is on and you subscribe to my YouTube at The Nubian Flex so you don't miss a single recap. Until next time, Drag Race fans, bye bitch!